We have our French philosophers. Here's Mary Wollstonecraft so you can see where you're at in your notes. Okay. All right. The first one that we're going to deal with, you already know. So I shouldn't have to deal with him that long. That's a crazy name. He has the craziest, longest title ever. His first name is Charles, and then Montesquieu. He's extremely high nobility. I believe he's a baron. I had to think. But his name is Montesquieu. It's not hard. Yeah, you know him. Do I even need to teach this guy? Mm-hmm. Okay, look. Montesquieu, he's so cute. Look at him. Not like I want to date him, but like I just want to give him a little hug. He's just cute. Whoa. So Montesquieu. Oh, I have a picture of him, I think, without his wig. No, wait. Let me do his wig first. This is a wig, all right? Montesquieu is French. Point of view matters. Yes. Montesquieu is French, so he's not growing up. Well, I guess he did. Whatever. He's living in absolute rule. However, look at his dates. Okay. Louis the 14th, remember him? Strongest absolute ruler ever. Louis the 14th dies in 1715. Okay. So he's living during Louis the 14th's life and Louis the 15th's life. Okay. Now, Louis the 15th is not a strong ruler at all. All right. But he has a problem. Montesquieu is a judge. He's a noble judge. That's what this whole wig and this whole getup here is. He's a judge. But there's no written constitution in France. There's no written laws in France. But you're a judge. So if there's no written laws, how is it determined what is legal and what is not? Well, the king decides. Okay. So I hate the color yellow. Hate it. Everybody who decides to wear yellow is going to lose their head. Why? Because I'm king. Oh, but never mind, guys. Yellow's okay because we go to Midland High and yellow is in our clothes. It's our school color. Okay, so all you guys that were arrested yesterday for wearing leather, for wearing yellow, they're free. Everybody who wears orange, they're arrested today. Maybe I have orange in one of my outfits. No, orange is legal, you guys. White is out. Oh no, not white. Guys, the kings can change their mind any second they want to, whenever they want to, especially an absolute ruler, if there's no written set of laws. Well, that makes being a judge, a bit of an issue. Definitely. Montesquieu is like, oh, for the love of God, will somebody write a constitution? But we have absolute rulers here. I'm not going to be the one to suggest it. Yeah? You know what is the ideal kind of government? A government that has multiple branches. That is what Montesquieu kind of comes up with and writes about. He says, look, I'm not griping about my job. I'm okay with Louis the 14th and Louis the 15th. However, it's not really a good kind of government. It gives way too much power to one person. And if that person doesn't know what he's doing, Louis the 15th, then we have a major problem here. Huh. Is he right? He says, you know, England really has it right. England has a two-branch system where they have parliament and king rule together. Oh, yeah, and they have a constitution too. He says, really, that's the best way to go because you have a separation of the powers. Parliament makes laws, the king carries them out. You know what would be even better than a two-branch system? A three-branch system. Guys, you learned this way back in the 8th grade, like 2 years ago. You remember it though, yeah? Three-branch system. Legislative, executive, judicial. Okay, listen. Every year I have some of my more cynical students who are like, oh, I see what he's doing. He's a judge. He's just making himself part of the government. No, he already is. As a judge, you kind of already are. You just didn't have a Supreme Court judicial branch like he's talking about. Do you see? This is him. He's so cute without his wig. I think his mouth looks like a turtle. Does it remind you of Machiavelli? Do you remember Machiavelli? It's better to be feared than loved. The end justifies the means. Okay, so this is Montesquieu without his wig and not in all his judgy stuff, okay? But yeah, he's the one that says, look, we need a legislative branch. All they do is make laws. That's it. We need an executive branch, the king. Guys, Montesquieu isn't saying no king. He doesn't say president. That's an American thing. Montesquieu says the executive branch ought to be the king. He's the face of the government and he carries out the laws. He makes sure that the laws that Congress is passing are being carried out. Can he also make laws? Yes. Does he need Congress's approval? Yes. Yes. But sometimes laws are made that aren't really constitutional. And gosh darn it, if we had a constitution in France, then we could have a Supreme Court. Judges who read the document and decide what is legal and what maybe not be legal. Guys, the Supreme Court is a beautiful example of the government being checked and balanced. Again, I've used this example before, but we just had last week the Supreme Court vote on an issue and say, the Civil Rights Act isn't just race, it's sexual orientation and gender as well. That's what the Supreme Court is supposed to do. He says, we really need a three-branch system. We really need a constitution. And we really need those three branches to check and balance each other so that we don't have a situation where one king, or in our case, one president or whatever, can have too much power. Good idea? I mean, we copied it. Look at this pretty boy. His name, did I put it in your notes? It's Voltaire. I didn't. I always forget his whole name. Always. Francois Marie, I think. Yes. Okay, I always forget the whole thing. Look, or you can look here. Francois Marie, I don't know French. I know German. Aru. He has a pen name. He gets in some trouble. We always like the scandalous ones, yeah? His name is Voltaire, or Francois Marie Aru. He's also French, okay? He's nobility, pretty high nobility. He has a problem. He is not a Christian. Guys, that is still a big deal during this time period. We're past the whole like witch trials and all that drama, okay? But not in America. The Salem witch trials, they're in the 1700s, aren't they? I don't know. You know, my American history is like as good as yours. The Salem, oh, they were in the 1600s. Just kidding. But they're in the late 1600s. Never mind. Okay, oops. Okay, so anyway, I was wrong. Salem witch trials are not in the 1700s. I told you I don't know my American. I don't know. Okay, but that being said, look where we're at. Guys, it's still not okay to be atheist. And let's look right here, because I always have kids that don't know this either. This word atheist means you don't believe in anything, nothing. You don't believe in any God at all. I don't have it on there, but the word that I hear all the time, agnostic, kids say that. That means you believe in something, but you don't really know what it is. You believe in something spiritual, but you don't know what it is. Which God? I don't know. Is it a God? I don't know. Okay. He's an atheist. Believes in nothing. Okay. Well, he's French nobility. Oh, and by the way, look at his dates. Look, gotta analyze this stuff to get context. Louis XIV dies in 1715. Well, look, he straddles, just like Montesquieu did, he straddles Louis XIV and Louis XV's reign. When he's young, Voltaire, Louis XIV is old. Okie dokie? Okay. Louis XV, not 14, 15, has a major problem with Voltaire. Well, he's atheist. He doesn't want to go to church. He sits through church services. He doesn't want to be there. And he starts writing things, little pamphlets. You learned about pamphlets in the 8th grade? Little pamphlets that start getting like spread around Paris. He's using a pen name though, Voltaire, so nobody's going to know who he is. Well, yeah, they are, because he's the only atheist person that's outspoken about it. And what he's talking about is tolerance. He's not talking yet about the freedoms that you've already looked at ahead of here and seen that he did. Okay, right now he's talking about tolerance, religious tolerance, and basically his main, his main idea is this: Christians, why is it that I am okay with you being a Christian? I don't care. It doesn't affect me. But why is it that you are not okay with me for not believing? He says, I don't understand that, because I sit through the same service as you do. Christians are supposed to be about love. So shouldn't we be tolerant of what we believe? Well, he gets put in prison, not once, but twice. And one of the times he gets put in a bad prison. You're going to see this in your next unit. I don't have a picture of it here. It's called the Bastille. Oh, not the band. The prison. Sheesh. There we go. It's called the Bastille. It looks like this, except it's not, being blown up like you see in this picture right here. You're like, no, that's a castle. The Bastille was a castle in the medieval period. Well, then after the medieval period, like Renaissance or whatever, it turns into the worst prison in Paris. Like, it's like the Alcatraz of France, okay? The worst, like, hardened criminals go there. In fact, when it gets blown up and stuff with the French Revolution, which I'll get to, there's only 7 prisoners there, okay? But he's one of the guys that gets to sit in the Bastille for a while. Why? because he writes about the fact that Christians are intolerant. Well, France is a very hardcore, strong Catholic country. And Louis XV isn't really cool with that. So that's why he goes to prison, yeah? Okay, look. This is an old Voltaire. Look how cute he is. Again, I don't want to date him. I just want to give him a little old man hug. He's just cute. Well, when Voltaire gets out of prison, Louis XV is like, out. I'm not going to kill you because my father liked you, but you get out of our country. Go somewhere else. He's like, all right. Because while he was in prison, he had actually already been in correspondence. They had been writing letters with the King of Prussia, Frederick the Great. I'm trying to remember. We will deal with Frederick the Great when I get to imperialism. So just hold on. But King of whatever it is, Prussia. Prussia is going to be Germany, remember? Okay. So that being said, Voltaire is going to spend the rest of his life in Prussia, okay, writing about freedoms, not just tolerance anymore, but the idea that people should have certain freedoms, specifically the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion, and the freedom of reason. That means education, okay, to believe, to learn and believe that which you choose. Okay, listen. You do have these freedoms in America. However, the same rules apply to these freedoms as with John Locke's natural rights. You have the freedom of speech. Yeah, you do. Until whatever you are saying takes away someone else's freedoms or rights. Guys, again, I hear kids are like, I can say what I want, freedom of speech. You don't have the right to say whatever you want. Because whenever you do that, it could take away someone else's rights. Think about this. You could legally, if you could get past all the whatever, the security, you could legally go right up to the president and look at him and say, I really don't like you. You're allowed. You're allowed to say that to me. I'm going to cry for the next week, but you're allowed. What you're not allowed to do is take it to the next level. And we're talking legal, okay? Legally, you cannot walk up to the president or me and say, I don't like you, and I wish you were dead. What's the difference? One is a threat. Guys, the same goes for writing as well. You can write in your diary, I don't really like this person, and here's why. But can you do a burn book? No. We've seen them at school, and it's stupid and it's illegal. You can't do that kind of stuff. Just like with John Locke's natural rights, you have the freedom, okay, of speech, religion, press, reason, until it takes away someone else's. What if my religion is to sacrifice people with brown eyes and brown hair and purple skin? Yes. Well, that would be illegal. Why? Murder. Are you following? My dad is sitting across the table from me. Does it look like I'm looking at you? Okay, because I'm looking at the little light right here. I just wondered. Anyway, he's shaking his head like he was a student. So anyway, does that make sense? Like, it's the exact same as natural rights, okay? I'm really contemplating if I should go on. And I'm going to have to stop. So the last one, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, next.